I'm cleaning my mother's office, and wow, emotions running through me. The office is like it wasn't it wasn't functioning as an office. In fact, you could not even move about. It's just filled with stuff like a hoarder. They say now they're saying, well, the word is subject to change. It is not apparently not a good thing to say HOARDER. But from what I can see, from all these various rooms and different floors, where there's stuff everywhere. There's merchandise. Yes, there's plenty of merchandise. There's merchandise that is expired. There's merchandise, that could have been given away. It's just sitting there, piled on top of piles of and books and paperwork from 2006, 2016, 2017. It's just, and everything you can imagine. I'm coming across everything. Imagine secret societies. I didn't know that. I didn't know the secret about my family. That they were in, at least one. Those types. They are obedient, compliant. They're focused on money. And they're going to do whatever it takes to acquire, achieve, attain. So they go along to get along. Oh, there's another pillow. How many pillows will I find? So these pillows, should I throw them away? These look like really good pillows, which I can understand why she would keep them. Because she is not the type to buy cheap, throwaway pillows. So now I'm going to have to take the pillows and wash them and dry them on a high setting, and that's okay. I have actually appointed myself self-elected slave of my family. It's always been this way, that I've been the one cleaning up the messes they make. And man, do they make messes. Because they're merchants. They sell things. But along the way, they don't grasp the concept of organization and order in the business. And if the business is in the home, then the home becomes chaotic. And I'm here, and I can't live in this chaos. And we also, my mother, very much ladylike, and the sort of lady who doesn't handle tools, would not, probably not even knock a nail into, a wall or a piece of wood, or use a hammer, something like that. That's what I mean. She does stuff around the house, gardening, womanly things, but manly things, not really. And so I didn't learn any of that, which is something I wanted to learn. But even to operate the lawnmower, they for some reason, my brother is supposed to operate the lawnmower, which is pretty much the only thing he does here. And maybe that's why she insists that he does it. But many times I think the grass needs to be cut, and he's not, for whatever reason, not doing it. Maybe he cuts the grass like 3 times a year, something to that effect. But I also see the value in letting the grass grow. Like, I don't believe in this perfectly manicured lawns either. But still, sometimes, it looks, to me it looks good either way, because I'm not there for lawns. But here I am cleaning this office, and man, the things I'm coming across. And I'm coming across secrets as well. So, my point is that being a servant, being a maid, being a slave is useful more than you can imagine, more than you know. Because those who are cleaning are seeing. They're seeing and learning in the process. So don't ever knock or underestimate the value of the cleaner. And yes, they know all the secrets. So I'm coming across a lot of, like I said, merchandise and stuff I didn't even imagine. Now, I've been curious, and I want to weigh myself. I'm curious to know, how much do I weigh? Because I lost so much weight since I've been like eating clean. And because my mom's not here, my brother's not been bringing as much outside food. So I've really been clean, for the most part. Sometimes I'm weak and take the carbs. I'll have some pasta. And sometimes I have some buttered toast. Oh gosh. And the reason is because I'm so thin now. I don't believe I've ever been this thin. And so I try to put a little more weight on by eating those carbs. Even though I'm being told, don't eat those carbs, because they contribute to the pain in your knees. But that's the only place I have pain in my body. All the other pain I've had everywhere was pain. I've eliminated all that. I'm working on eliminating the knee pain. So being here makes sense, because I'm not able to go out there and work. I'm not. My body won't allow it. I couldn't do it every day. I would have to at least skip a day, for instance. Which is, pretty much how it is out there anyway, because it is seldom that you can find work that gives you full-time hours. Most jobs now are part-time. But I'm not the type to go for jobs, because, well, the owners, the bosses, the managers, supervisors, operators, whatever's, those in charge, it depends on who they are. I may get along with them swimmingly. Very well, yes. Love the boss. I've had some great ones. But for the most part, no. Not feeling the boss. Not feeling. Because most bosses are a-holes. So my mother was a boss, but my mother wasn't an a-hole. She had representatives under her, but she wasn't I guess that means she's a boss. Yeah, my mom is a boss. But the kind of boss she is, she's a cheap boss. Because a boss should have her stuff in order, And this chaos and disorder tells me that your productivity is lessened. It's diminished, in fact. This room is not functioning as an office anymore. It's a junkyard, literally. From hats. I just took out 7 caps and hats, different fabrics and seasons. I took out boxes of paperwork, all sorts of receipts and such, and magazines and catalogs and plastic bags. I even found a big bag of hosiery, old pantyhose, Spice, Nude, Mocha. Those pantyhose. You save them because, well, maybe I'll put it on my head when I go to bed. That type of thing. But what else? Maybe somebody can tell me. What can I do with all the pantyhose? Because I'm going to have to throw them out otherwise. Because why are they there? You've never gone into that bag for how many years? So, that is what I would consider stuff to throw out. But I'm like, well, I do gardening. I might need it to tie up my tomato plants. So then I become like her. Good Lord. So being here with lupus. Oh! What was that? So close. It looked like a hawk. Wow. Spectacular. Wow. So close. Wow. Anyway. Is that Archangel Michael? Oh. Oh. My mama liked dolls and such. Anyway, yeah, so that's quite a job I have ahead of me. And I have no assistance. I'm doing it all alone. But it's my exercise, so I'm okay. I'll do some because it's also dusty. It's a dusty job. And I have to take breaks, which I do. And that's why it's good to be here. I'm going to stop now and go and make myself a soup. I want to make a soup with lots of buttercup squash. Got celery. We got sweet potato. We got stuff. It's going to be a good soup. So, I have some left over from the garden, the last squash. I'm going to add it to that soup as well. It's going to be very squashy. And then I want to add some lentils. So that's it. I'll take a break because cleaning is something I can't do for very long. Like, I don't do things for very long. I'm like, oh man, I can see why people don't want to clean, but I want to clean. I want to clean because I want order. I don't want the chaos. It's not right. This is not the way to live. And all of you you went to Catholic school. So you were taught, and taught well, yeah? And I guess what was it along the way that caused you to just suddenly decide, after teaching your children to be clean and neat and tidy and orderly, to find in your age now, when you're older, when you ought to know better, maybe you have some kind of mental disorder. Because why would you live like this? Why would you buy the best, the most expensive, not because it is the most expensive. And I know in your case, you actually do your research and you get the best stuff, which you have to pay more for, usually. So then when you have all the best, why then just take it and chuck it? Chuck it in a corner, chuck it in a room, chuck it in another room, chuck it in another room. But the basement started in the basement. It went up. There's a whole other room on the floor above the basement. And then you go up and then, just around. And it's just stuff everywhere, stuff. And I'm living in a world where people love stuff. I like a small scale version of Amazon. Literally. There was even Amazon stuff here, briefly. For a couple of years, we're dealing with this company. Yeah, just think of that. Everything holy crap. So, merchandise. It needs to be kept in order. And all of these old stuff, maybe have a sale. Expired stuff, use it up. Instead of using use what you have. And yeah, that's why I stopped buying out there. I stopped going out there because when I go out there, it's stuff to buy. That's what going out there means. You're going to spend money. It is seldom that you leave outside, you don't have to spend money. And the reason I like cash is because then I put a limit on how much I'm willing to spend when I leave the house. If I'm going out leisurely, just a nice walk, and when I'm out there, just in case, maybe I want an ice cream. Ice cream is my favorite. I always think of that first. Maybe I want a snack, but I seldom want to eat out. But even if I don't eat out, I don't usually like to, I'll always take ice cream, popsicles. Now I'm seeing an old phone. Wow, it's one of those. Oh, this is a really old phone. GE, caller ID. Well, there's no need to have this phone here. Is there? No. This one I'm going to have to throw out as well. You see? You're never going to use this. You're not. But it's there. Just there on the floor. For no discernible reason other than the person who it belonged to. And I say belonged because I'm going to get rid of it. But she just can't let anything go, including, let's say we get something, it comes in a box. They got to save the box and, the foaming, the cushion, whatever is in the box to protect the product from damage and moving. They'll save that. And, I mean, but when you have, you got to, it's hard. You cannot dust, you cannot sweep, you cannot clean. So as I said to her, what is the point of spending so much money on a HEPA filter for air filtration, cleansing, and detoxification? You spend money on this, and you live like this. You're generating and creating and making more dust. And maybe that's why you need the HEPA filter. Because, I mean, what else would happen? What would happen to you if you didn't have it? No, it's just strange to see how people live. And in this world, this world makes you materialistic. This world makes you value things more than people. So you don't love people, you love things. So much so that you just can't part with anything. So here comes your daughter, Cinderella. That's me. My name is Adela. I know she really meant Cinderella, but she couldn't be that bold because, she's a secret society type of gal. A secret society family of mine. They got money. They got a lot of money. They're cheap. They're greedy. They buy the best. They buy the best for themselves. So, hey, why not be here and enjoy the best with them, knowing that they think of me as less than the ugly stepchild, the oldest child. Wasn't planned. You know what I mean? She just arrived one day because, let's say, Dick and Hoochie will play. I really want to know, though, the story of how my father and mother got together. I would love to know that. So far, I haven't come across any clues in all of these, cleaning up I'm doing. And it doesn't matter if I asked her, she wouldn't tell me. It's a habit I've seen where I ask her something innocent, and she just can't answer. Or if I ask her a question, or no matter what I ask, she says, "Who, me?" It just sounds like a child. Like a child. Who, me? As though she's trying to think of what you just asked her, processing to know how to answer you. Because she's been so rigid in her upbringing, She just had to be upright. And yet, those who are so upright tend to have those little secrets in the background. And that's what I think is wrong with the world, where so many of our people are struggling with mental health issues that are largely unaddressed, undiagnosed, and untreated. I am Domina Della Pi, Mistress Sasha Storm. My mouth is very dry, so I need to, I was saying that I wanted to weigh myself, and I knew there was scales here, because when I was out one day, I said, there's a scale, I should buy one, because I always want to know how much I weigh. And so I didn't buy it because something told me that, we're going to have scales at home. I know we will have at least one, because that's the way the house is. Anything there is here that you see, there will be more of it. There'll be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and so on and so forth. Because that's just, like I said, I live in a store. So I found 2 scales. I found two scales. I'm going to leave one up in her office. I found it in a bag, like in a box or something. It's weird. So, and I'm going to take one down to the bathroom where I am. And I weighed. I got on the scale, and I weighed 100. I believe it was. Whoops. I forgot. No. I think, yeah, it's between 125 and 130. Between 125 and 130, I'm not certain. I hope it's 130. I'm small. I'm very small. I'm a small pie. Maybe like a tart. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Or not, it's all good. I'm Domina Della Pie, Mistress Sasha Storm. This is a series I'm doing on hoarding. Yeah, hoarding. Thank you. Good day.